It's such a funny joke. Thank you very much, Arnie. And let's move to our welcome guest part. So first, let me introduce our ASML Silicon Valley member. These are our members. I'm Ichung here. I'm being in Toastmasters since 2015. Currently, I'm the VP Education. And we have most of our members here. You can recognize Yufang, Harry, Jonathan, Preeti, Heng, and also Gavin, and also Siguang. I haven't got Siguang's picture. And now another thing is we would like to mention our first half year's goal of 2021. Our target is a select distinguished club. And we also set a very aggressive goal of outstanding is present distinguished club. To achieve the selected distinguished club, we have to have 2 people finish level 1, which is on track. And we also need 2 new members to join us. That's this part. We really welcome our guest after practice join as a guest. You are more than welcome to join our club. And also we will have our target meet. For outstanding, we will be able to finish the following 3 of 4. 2 people finish level 1, 2 people finish level 2, 1 people finish level 3, and 3 new members by June. That's our team goal. Another new thing to celebrate is 40 years anniversary. Yeah, it's hard to imagine it have been formed of this club for 40 years. Wow. It's coming, yeah. We will have an open house for this 40 years anniversary celebration. Okay, and also we have a some congratulations first for Gavin to finish 5 pathway. Amazing job. And you can finish the level 1 motivational strategy, and Yifang finished level 2 of a visionary communication. Before we go to the speech, we have 2 speeches. One is from Harry, New Year resolution, stop complaining. One from Preeti, impact of movie. I would like to move back to our guest to have some time. It's about 3 minutes to introduce yourself. Let me go back to our guest. Start from the new face. Oh, we do see a Taylor. Am I right?
Thai. It means Thailand people always the name Noi, so it's easy to remember. Thai from Hong Kong, Kowloon Toastmaster Club. I joined the Toastmaster about over 5 years. 3 years in Mandarin, 2 years in English. Now I try to visit every corners of the world through the easy platform. So thank you for your acceptable. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. And how about the Judith? Am I right? Can I spell name right?
Yes, it's Judith. Yes, correct. My name is Judith. I'm currently here in the Valley, and I am happy to be here. Thank you for accepting my request. What I'm looking for, I would like to be more fluent with my speaking because I tend to be, I would say maybe I lack confidence, and also just to improve my communication skill in general. And I'm looking forward to improve my communications, my communication skill and be more fluent. I'm happy to meet you all. Thank you.
Welcome, Judith. You're in the right place.
Thank you.
And how about Nami? Can you please introduce yourself? You already done it a little bit at the beginning.
Yeah, hi, my name is Nami Fisea. I just joined my first Toastmasters club, Mountain View Toastmasters, in October last year. And so I'm still kind of new to this Toastmasters world, but I'm really enjoying it. And I always had a fear of public speaking, and I'm not a good presenter. So I really wanted to improve those public speaking skills and presentation skills. And I thought I can add, so I'm adding one more group, and maybe I will add two more groups if I can, just to have more practice with the Toastmasters. So I'm here to just kind of check out this club. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Nami. So we already have a time's up for this section. Now, if you don't mind, I would like to skip our senior guest, Dean, Jenny, and Arnie. But I saw a new guest, Sharon, join us. Hi, Sharon.
Yeah.
Can you briefly introduce us?
Thank you. I'm just basically today I'm the grammarian, just checking everybody's grammar. Thank you.
Oh,
Sharon?
thank you then. Sharon's gone. And let's go back to our.
Let's
Sharon
Sharon
hasn't
introduce
introduced yet.
herself.
Yufan?
Go ahead, Sharon, please.
Oh, hi, everybody. I'm Sharon Chen, and I heard about the workshop from our Macintalkers Club. So I'm glad to see everyone and meet everyone today.
Welcome.
Welcome, Sharon. And we
Thanks.
also saw a new guest, Didi. Hello? Didi Guchang.
She's still connecting.
You're connecting.
Okay. It's
Maybe.
okay. Let's move to our
Okay.
agenda. So next part will be our role introduction. First, the timekeeper, Jonathan. Jonathan, please introduce your role.
Hi, I'm Jonathan. I will be the timekeeper for the speech. For the speech, it's 5 to 7 minutes. I will show green at 5 and yellow at 6, 7 at red. For evaluation, it's between 2 to 3 minutes. I will show green at 2, yellow at 2.5, 3 at 3, red at 3 minutes. For table topic is between 1 to 2 minutes. I will show 1, 1.5, and 2 minutes accordingly. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. And we have our counter is Heng. Heng, could you please introduce your role?
As an R counter, my job is to keep track of and other filler words, and I will give a report on everybody's performances at the end.
Thank you very much, Heng. And we have a grammar by Dean.
Hi, my name is Dean. I'm the grammarian, and I'm basically looking for grammarian mistake, and also I'm going to be commenting on good use of word usage and good grammarian use. Thank you. Good grammatical use. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. And let's move to our major topic, which is speech. I would like to move to Arnie, who is the evaluator for Harry's speech. Arnie, please introduce Harry's speech purpose and objective. I will stop sharing.
You know, I never had a chance to talk about this with Harry, but I guess I think this is the second speech after the icebreaker speech, and I don't know what it is. It is organizational speech now with the legacy, but I think with pathways, I think it is researching your subject, or I don't know if pathways is in, but I'll make a general opinion and impression of the speech. And if he's looking for a particular issue, I will take note of that. Harry?
Okay. You're done? Okay. Thank you, Arnie. I'm on the first pathway called dynamic leadership, just the generic one. So this is my second speech. Okay. Dear fellow Toastmasters, honorable guests, Happy New Year. I was originally scheduled to give this speech on January 2nd, the first meeting on 2021. So I was planning to talk about my New Year resolution, which was also the theme of the day at the time. But my speech was delayed for 3 weeks because of the workshop and the stuff. You may think that it's a bit late or even funny to talk about the New Year resolution now, near the end of January, but please forgive me. This is an important decision for me to share with you. And I'll tell you why. I was most of you don't know me for very long, but if you do, you probably know that I'm a very negative person, or at least sounds like one. I complain a lot. In other words, I'm a relentless complainer. I guess that I was like this when I was young. There was so much to complain about in life, and yet nothing I could do about it. Sometimes I wonder why other people don't complain. I still remember that when I first met my wife, she was such a different person. She was always happy, always smiling, never complain about anything or anyone, and not worry about the future at all. I fell in love with her quickly and we got married. I still love her today, but after nearly 30 years of marriage, I feel like that we become more like each other in both good and bad ways. She seems to complain more, while I complain less. And the worst of all, I find that even my 2 children seem to develop a habit of complaining. And I know where it comes from, but I don't have anyone else to blame but myself. A couple of years ago, during a trip to China, I bought a book in the airport called 不抱怨的世界, translated from English bestseller, named Complain Free World. Actually, I also bought the original book, Complain Free World. Can you see it? Okay. By Bill Bowen. This book explains in great details on the damage of chronic complaining makes in a person's life, or health, and also the people around them. Basically, complaining is not good. I was convinced that I need to make some effort to change myself in order to enjoy the life as it is. I tried, and I probably indeed complained less as I did before. But from time to time, my wife and also my children would still remind me that I still complained too much. So here I am. In 2021, I'm going to make this my New Year resolution. Stop complaining. What is complaint? By definition, complaint is to express grief or discontent or make a formal accusation for charge. We probably all agree that everyone will have something to complain about in a certain point of life, because life is not easy and not always fair. However, the truth is a constant and chronic complaining does not make life easier or better. Most likely, in fact, it makes a life worse. If it is not for you, but it's also for other people around you. Think about it. Who would like to be around with someone who constantly complains and nagging about things? Now, I also need to clarify it. I'm not planning to change myself completely. I don't plan to sugarcoat everything I see and I hear, and I don't want to lose my ability of critical thinking. There's a big difference between complaining and constructive feedback. The best example of constructive feedback is the evaluation process in the Toastmasters Club. This is so important in our club where we can help each other to improve ourselves. A good supportive evaluation is not complaining. However, if I just say this club is awful or your English sucks without giving any suggestions or improvements, that's what I call complaining. And that is what I try to stop doing. Now, how do I do it? I have a plan. I have the so-called 21-day complaint-free challenge, which is also from that book. Basically, I wear this funny-looking bracelet on one hand and pay attention to when I speak. If I catch myself complaining, gossiping, or criticizing, I will have to move my bracelet from one hand to the other one. And my goal is to stay 21 days without having to move my bracelet. And this is not, I know that this is not going to be easy because I tried it before. It usually takes many months to reach that goal, but I'm determined to reach this goal within 2021. I'm sharing this here so that I have a public accountability in my club to you all, because I don't want to let you down. So please help and support me. With that, thank you for your attention. And now I yield back to Madam Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Harry. And everyone, please give 1 minute to write down the comments for Harry. We will also have a round robin section. Let me pull out the form for speakers to fill in the feedback.
I have it in the chat.
Okay, great. Thank you. So let's have a 1 minute. Okay, I think time's up. Hopefully everyone can fill in some quick notes to Harry. And let's move to our second speakers. The speaker is Preeti and the evaluator is Janine. Janine, please help to introduce Preeti's speech.
Now, the title of her speech is Impact of Movies, and the evaluation form that I have the link to suggests that this is her first speech. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
After the icebreaker.
After the icebreaker. So congratulations. And the main focus of this speech is organization and style. So I will be primarily evaluating her organization and style.
Thank you, Janine, for your introduction. Hello, fellow Toastmasters. Today, my speech is about impact of movies. I believe movies play a significant impact on people's opinion, beliefs, stereotypes, and attitudes. Everyone loves entertainment in their life. Get relaxed and retrieve stress from their mundane lifestyles. Some films give magnanimous and grandeur feel, and some other give different perspective and reflects society, and also increases awareness on different cultures. There are pros and cons in watching movies. Now, I don't like to talk about the negative effects. While watching movies, people, based on the people interests, they focus on different aspects of filmmaking, like direction, cinematography, production values, sound, and virtual effects. Right? Movies are the best for family hangouts, and great memories can relate to my childhood. I would like to share a story with you now. When I was 12 years old, all my family members went to the film to watch a movie. It was a superstar movie. All audiences are very excited when they saw their favorite star on the screen, and the whole movie theater has the festive vibe. Those days, motion film projectors were used in theaters, not digital films. And in India, fans usually throw bunch of paper pieces into the air out of their excitement when they see their favorite actor dances on the screen or when they deliver the dialogues. That's how they enjoy the movie while watching the films. I was surprised to see the shadow of the paper pieces on the screen. And then I started bugging my dad to know more about the details about why there are shadow on the screen of those paper pieces, why it is not a clear picture. My dad understood my enthusiasm in knowing these details. He took me to the projection film room booth with the permission of the theater manager. And I was very excited to see that projection box, and it has a mirror window. You can see what's inside the projection box. There are two carbon rods lying aligned this way, and they are not touching. One is positive and one is negative. When DC current passes through those carbon rods, a bright light comes out of at the middle of those carbon rods. And there is a reflecting mirror, circular reflecting mirror, and all the light is collected by that reflecting mirror and focused on the reel. And I was surprised to see the reel is rolling very fast. 30 reels are rolling in a second. And the beam is again focused on the screen. I understood how the motion picture works. And I got my answer. When fans throw the paper pieces into the air, where the light is projected on the screen, all the paper pieces are throwing into the air. That's how I see the shadow of those paper pieces. That's how I learn. With these small questions, I got to learn about how the projector film works. At that age, I was very fascinated about the whole process about the filmmaking. That's how it was seated in my mind. I want to learn more about the technical stuff about the filmmaking. Memories in childhood stay with you. They are like dreams. They stay with you after you woke up. I always watch the movies when concentrate on storyline and cinematography. I'd like to learn about the technical details about how the wide angle shots and Dutch angle shots and the bird eye shots all these technical detail stuff. I was very focused to learn about these stuff, and I started practicing. I practiced and relentless in learning about the photography. And I practiced on my daughter, capturing all those moments and taking pictures. That's how my photography skills has increased. And I started doing photo shoot for my friends' parties and for my friends' babies' photo shoots also. It has become a part-time job in my weekends. That's basically released the stress from my routine career work. I hope when I retire, I would like to join in a filmmaking, especially as an assistant to the cinematographer. Because by that time, robots will take over all the cinematography, I'm guessing. Everything gets automated, but hoping I would like to join in the filmmaking. Fellow Toastmasters, I believe always be curious, irrespective of age. Thanks for listening to my story. Back to the Toastmasters.
Thank you so much, Preeti. Very happy and informative speech. I like it. And everyone, please take 1 minute to write down some feedback to Preeti for her speech. Okay, hopefully everyone can have chance to write down something. And also we have round robin later in the evaluation section. Now let's move to our next part is table topics. And let's welcome our table topic master, Yufang. Yufang, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Today, our theme is cooking. Cooking is related with food. Food keeps us energized and sometimes gives us the sense of fulfillment. Cooking is the science, art, and craft to prepare food for consumption. So here is our first question. Do you agree or disagree that cooking is an important life skill? Even with today's highly advanced technology, it's still important to learn some cooking. Let's see, who wants to volunteer to answer this question? How about Didi Gu?
Oh, do I volunteer myself? No, I'm just kidding. Good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Do I agree cooking is necessary skills? I would say in a simple answer is yes and no. I, of course, agree that food is very important, and good cooking skills can help enhance the taste of the food, and especially for the gourmet eater or picky eaters, that cooking with a good cooking skill, food with a good cooking skills will help those people and to consume more food or appreciate those food. And for myself, I'm not a good cook, and so, but I eat just about everything. That's why I say that cooking is, yes, it's a good skills, but without the good skills, people can still survive. Back to table topic master.
Thank you, Didi. And I agree that not everyone is a gourmet chef, but from time to time we can all cook. Thank you. And everyone, please remember to use the word of the day. That's relentless. Thank you, Arnie.
Relentless. Okay, sorry.
Our next question is, people say that you are what you eat, meaning that to be healthy and fit, you need to eat good food. Please comment on that. Anyone wants to go for this question? How about?
I'd like
Yes?
to share
Yes.
something.
Go ahead.
I believe cooking is very important. Not only it's a necessary life skill, but there are also a lot of creativity in it, and it's somehow like an art, and some part like research. I read a book written by an MIT graduate called The Food Lab. It's like 600 pages thick, like a research work talking about how to make the food better by analyzing how to use different levels of like your fire, what temperature heating is the best to make protein taste better. It's very inspiring. And I believe cooking can also bring you some fulfillment and make family time more enjoyable. So, yeah, that's my understanding about cooking. Thank you. I forgot about your question.
Thank you, Seguang.
Yeah, it deserves relentless endeavor, continuous improvement on this cooking skill. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Seguang. Thank you for mentioning that sometimes cooking brings the whole family together because we all share the love of good flavor and good food. So next question, learning to cook helps you understand the world culture, customs, and the flavors. Anyone wants to share an example of learning to cook helps you better understand the world? Let's see, how about Judith? Judith, are you able to answer this question?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Can you share an example of learning to cook helps you better understand the world culture, custom, and flavors?
Maybe I can give a little bit example. Having travel and also live in many part of the world. There are certain part of the world where spicy food is the norm. It's what it's the norm, and usually those part of the world tend to be a little bit hotter, right? And also, people from those places also tend to also be a little bit more warm comparing to other places where the food might be a little bit more not as spicy, right? A little bit more I would say maybe not as flavorful, and also those people tend to be a little bit more reserved, right? Not too I mean, warm. They seem to be a little bit more reserved, from the culture, from the way they do things. And also it's kind of like it's in alignment with the type of food that it's custom to the region, to the region. Yeah.
Thank you, Judith. Thank you for mentioning the different words have different flavor preference. Our next question is about cooking. Through cooking, you probably will practice skills like organizational skills, problem solving, and sometimes you need to get creative. Anyone wants to tell us a story about that? How about Nami?
Well, I actually don't cook that much, so I'm not sure if I can answer. I can have a good answer here, but I do think the cooking will help with the multitasking because you will be, cooking like you're grilling something on the stove and you're cutting vegetables and then you have to watch out for the other timing, and then so. I think I'll definitely, and then sometimes I may be talking on the phone while I cook and listening to audio books. And so there are like so many things you're doing while you're cooking. So I think it will definitely help with the multitasking skills. And problem solving, I don't think I'll be very good because I usually just follow the recipe. Like I said, I'm not really a good cook, so I have to just follow the recipe. Otherwise, my problem solution for the cooking is gonna be a disaster. So yeah, so I think for me, like multitasking skills, yeah.
Thank you, Nami, for sharing your view of multitasking and organization. I think that's a good example of you learn those skills through the daily work like a cooking. And Toastmaster, how much time do we have for one or two more?
Yeah, we do have time. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So anyone wants to share your opinion about eating healthy?
I think Taylor is ready. You just need unmute. No, you're still on mute.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I would like to try. What is your question, pardon?
Share your opinion about eating healthy.
Healthy. Certainly, cooking could cookery, maybe an art about some person to doing food because of the skills you like the or daily life and you because you put something heavy or lightly maybe different, the smell different. So but the combination with the healthy, of course, because we eat every day. We enjoy our foods, enjoy our fantastic cookery. That means you will be more appetized in your stomach, and the other things will make you feel happy and less frustration on daily life. So of course, the cookery boosts with person to do so because sometimes if you fire more, maybe some Chinese say the 上火, the upper fire, maybe in Chinese. So it's maybe easy to broken your body because the balance you're picking down should be in your daily the proportion of your body contains by the by a lot of categories of food. That means very important to our body need. So we cannot meet so much this or that. Maybe just say used to or a traditional proposal may be better. If we overuse the like use a job or the other kind of things that will hurt your body heavily maybe. So as food is of course connected health or daily life importance. So my suggestion is that should more try the test, but the importance is the food itself. Thank you.
Thank you, Tyler. Last question is, what did you learn to cook in 2020? Or what do you want to learn to cook in 2021? Preeti?
Thanks for that question. Until 2019, I don't like cooking. I don't like to spend much time in kitchen to cook varieties. But I learned cooking is a very, very important skill. The food, what we make, what we eat, that's the whole family health depends on that. So I think cooking skill is very important to learn. I know if I put my heart into that, I can cook very, very nice recipes. But putting your heart and knowing the recipes and balancing all type of variety of food in your diet is very important. That's what I learned in 2020, and I'm going to follow it in 2021.
Thank you, Preeti, for mentioning that we need to put our heart into this daily details of life and fully enjoy our life. Do we have time for one more question, Toastmaster?
Yes, we do. We have 2 minutes left for this session.
Okay. How about Benjamin? Benjamin, you want to answer any of the cooking related questions?
Sorry, so I missed the question. What was the question about cooking?
So can you comment anything about eating healthy or organization, problem solving, or what you like to cook? Anything?
Yeah, so I think in 2020, I started cook a lot, basically 3 meals a day. So, because I'm kind of lazy person, so I just boil water and dump everything, then cook, then eat. I feel for the entire year, I think my spirits become more agile. I think I'm not sure what's the reason, but I think in overall it increased my overall health. I think it's less oil compared the 2020 prior. So I ate a lot of food outside compared last year in 2020. I only ate like boiled water food. So I feel I think I'm going to explore that option more in 2021 for any this kind of eating diet also help me to concentrate more in daily life, and yeah, I feel better since I started cook.
Thank you, Ben. It's great to learn that since 2020, because we have to stay home, so of course we need to cook more. And I'm glad you feel eating better, more authentic food in 2020 make you feel better. Thank you, everyone. And that concludes today's table topic session. Please vote for your best table topic speaker using the form in the chat.
Thank you, everyone. And I would like to mention, after the pandemic, there will be a randomness cooking every day because we cannot go outside to have some restaurant food. And that will be a good time to learn cooking. Okay, thank you so much, Yufang, for such a wonderful topic, especially in this time. And let's move to the next section for the new, for the people who are new to the Toastmaster meeting. The first session is for speakers to practice speaking. And the second session will be evaluation part. And let's first invite our general evaluator, Siguang. Siguang, please.
Hello, everyone. We just had two very enlightening speeches. Sorry. One is by Henry about a New Year resolution to stop complaining. The other is about the impact of movies. So let's welcome the evaluator of the speeches. First, the evaluator for Henry.
Arnie.
Let's welcome the evaluator for Henry's speech. Please go ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Please
thank
go.
you, ma'am. I'm evaluating Harry. Thank you. Yeah, I'm evaluating Harry's speech and maybe part of him as a speaker too. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, this is the evaluation part of this of the program, and we have to say something. We have to suggest something for improvement or something that needs to be brought up because it is so good for us to follow and implement, and of course sustain as an asset in speaking. And I have those of Harry. Harry, I'll evaluate your delivery and your speech. First, your delivery. You're very clear. You enunciate your words very carefully, and the articulation is just there. The voice is just well projected, and I understand everything that you are saying. There's so much gesture also, vocal variety that I needed to say that you affirm your message with these gestures. The only thing that I noticed there is that you were too serious. You look too serious in your speech. that you should have a little bit of a smile, maybe to emphasize what you are saying, a little bit of humor, but you were enthusiastic, you were too serious, you were too authentic, incredible. Try to break that down a little bit. Try to dilute that with a little smile and a little humor, and the confidence will show and be emphasized more, and your believability is there. So clear voice, good articulation, good delivery, and authentic, to credible, and of course the seriousness of your speech and your demeanor is there. Your speech, I like it because you begin with an introduction, a hook, and then you went directly to the thesis. I'm big on thesis. The thesis is the central idea of what you're talking about. 95% of speech Toastmasters don't have a thesis. They have conversation, they have theme, they have subject, but there's no thesis. Your thesis is your perspective. And then your perspective is that stop complaining. That's the argument, proposition. And you develop that. You use the example of your family, your wife, and of course, the Toastmasters Club we're in. It is something you mentioned embodied in that word, accountability, responsibility. Complaining is not good. It is a psychological disorder, personality disorder. It is a source of anger and tension. It's not good for you. And I think those were implied, as such as that, or even explicitly mentioned. And when you say that accountability is not good, it stagnates creativity, it stagnates your thinking, and all of those are embodied and embedded in your speech. And I like the way you ended also your speech. Stop complaining. It's not good. So it is direct, it is emphatic, and it is something we have to absorb because there's so much in there that we need to learn. Complaining is a personality disorder, and we should get away from it. And really is good. Back to you, Madam Master, Mr. Master Evaluator.
Thank you, Arnie, for the evaluation. And should we have Robin evaluation at the end or in
we
between?
have 5 minutes round robin evaluation. Jonathan, please help to time the round robin section.
The 5 minutes round robin session for both speeches together?
No, for each one.
Sorry.
Oh, for each one. Okay. Okay, now let's have Robin evaluation for Henry's speech for 5 minutes. Please go ahead.
Harry, I like your topic. It's very positive, and I think everyone can use some positive energy at any time, not just start of the year. Thank you very patiently waiting for your speech slots because we have to shuffle things around. And looking at your speech points, I think this is a perfect time to do role play. For example, you can tell us an example and you can even exaggerate and be humorous. And that's my feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Harry, for the speech. I like your speech. I feel you are welcome to your speech, very peaceful, not nervous at all. By the way, you show the book and show 2 different version books. That is good for the speech. At least people can know what you're talking about. And then people may also need to buy the same book. You are very good at sales. Thank you.
Harry, I like you defined what is a complaint. Without a constructive feedback, that's really good to identify what's a problem and how to solve the problem. That's one small suggestion is I really like to see your bracelet to see because you put it down, which is out of the camera, we cannot see it. Yeah, so if you can either step back, either move it up a little bit. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Anyone would like to say something about Harry's topic? Dean, how about your comments?
Okay, I really like Harry's speech. It's very humorous, and it could be very humorous. Like previous caller used, if he used more dialogue, I think that it would be a much more a funny speech. So and yeah, so I think if you use some dialogue, maybe maybe like a dialogue between he and his wife, it would be really funny. But overall, it was a really good speech and it's really funny. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. Anyone else?
Yes, I would like to offer some of my opinions. Harry, I felt like your speech is well organized, and I already said that I appreciate your honesty and also the strategy to make an improvement in your life. If I can give you a pointer, I would say strike the statements in the very beginning when you say that I was supposed to do this speech in certain in the early of the January. I thought if you start your speech with "I'm a very negative person," just that will just draw a lot of attention from the audience.
Yes.
Yeah, for Henry's speech, I feel a lot of resonance with him. I have been a pretty negative person and always be pessimistic. And until one day I hear a speech by a famous entrepreneur, and he make a comment like there are always two sides of one thing. One side is funny, the other side is laughable. So I think that's a very positive way of thinking. Always find the funny part of the thing, even it's a bad thing. So let's do it relentlessly. Always try to give some, find the funny part and give some positive input, even in the bad situation. And for Henry's speech, we like to, I'd like to see him show some example of the impact of complaining, and also show some positive impact by containing from complaining. Yeah, just make the story more
Close the loop.
impressive. Yeah.
In more than 5 minutes, 5:40.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Now let's welcome the second speech evaluator to give an evaluation on Preeti's speech, The Impact of Movie. Please go ahead.
Let's welcome Janine.
On mute.
Janine,
You're on mute.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's better.
There we go. Toastmasters, I am back now. And Pressy, let me get you so I can actually see you on my view, because that way when I'm talking to you, I can actually see you. There you are. Now I can see you. You showed a great deal of skill in your overall production of the speech. You greeted the audience. At the end, you addressed the audience, turned the meeting back over to the person directing the meeting. A lot of polish in the overall presentation. Your speaking speed was very nice. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't too slow. You articulated well what you had to say. And your eye contact, considering you're looking at a camera, was excellent. And it really had a very in-person feel to it. You had a lot of hand movements and facial expressions, and you did vary your speaking volume loud and you were a little bit softer or slower. All of these very, very polished things that added to your speech. And you seemed very comfortable, like you didn't come across as being like, oh, I'm so nervous, I'm talking to these people. It was very relaxed and very well done. So I'm going to go up a level and talk about something pretty picky here of the area I think you can improve. I got a little bit of whiplash in this speech. You went one direction and then you kind of whipped me around in another direction. Because when you started, we started talking about the impact of movies and what it's like for your family to go to the movies. And then we get this very, very technical explanation of like the electrodes and the projector. And so my thought was, oh, she's going to explain to me why she became a scientist. Back to movies. And it was like, I wouldn't have put a great large physics lesson in the middle of this speech and then go in and talk about something else. And so that is the area I would improve. I would have focused on the emotional content of going to the movies with the family if that's the direction you were going. And if you're going a science direction, I would have stayed in the science direction. But I felt we were kind of going back and forth a little bit. And so that is my area of improvement, but otherwise very beautifully done. Great speech. And Mr. Master Evaluator, back to you.
Thank you, Jeannie. Thank you for the very insightful evaluation. And next, let's have 5 minutes roundtable evaluation for Pretty's speech. Anyone, please share your opinion.
Maybe I can start. First of all, thank you so much for all the feedback that I got, and I agree with all of you. And when I see Pretty's speech, I feel like she has all the positive stuff that I don't have. She's smiling, she's speak to the camera clearly, and she's telling a personal story in a very, very personal way. And the delivery is wonderful. I wish that I could copy that to deliver my next speech. The good thing is, Pretty and I, we joined the club at the same time. We give the I speaker speech at the same time. So our next speech is probably at the same time too. So we probably can learn. I learn from you, I guess. I don't know how much you can learn from me, but I think that's good in the club. One thing I want to pick up is not complain. I'm an engineer. I'm going to pick up a technical part. You can adjust your lighting a little bit better. I'm going to give you a solution. You just need another light. Sometimes, one light, one direction give you too big of a contrast. It just, we are in the online virtual world. So the lighting, delivery, we control our stage basically. So if you need to have another light besides, it's going to help awful lot. So that's my feedback.
Thank you, Henry. It's very good technical input.
Technical, I'm an engineer.
Okay, let's go ahead with the.
I can take the next one. Pretty, I love your speech with your very natural smile. Just like agree with everyone. It's come from your heart. It's part of you. That's really amazing, and that's a part of the public speaking really neat. Now, one more things I would like to, similar to Harry, when you have your gesture, sometimes it's out of your screen. It will be a good use that a little bit because you have really excellent gestures to show every small things, big things, and then you need a bigger stage. Thank you.
Anyone else? Go ahead.
Okay,
Please go ahead.
my comment on pretty speech and her as a speaker is that keep on speaking. You learn more. You're different now. You're better now than I heard you in your first speech, and you have improved a lot. As I said, I think Yiking was right. The smile is very, very powerful. Make that permanent in your face, and that is a powerful speech by itself. I know you're influenced more by British English than American English. The slower you go through again and emphasize your points, you could go far. I know speaking to you is not a random act, but it's something that is a strong desire to improve and to be better than what you are. And I like that. And keep on speaking. Speak, 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 speak. That's the only way you can improve more. Back to you, Mr. Master Evaluator.
Thank you, Arnie. Can we have some comment from the guest?
I really like your speech. I think it's coming from the heart, and it's always good to talk about your family and how you view the films. The only feedback I have is sometimes your gesture, you got like lots of gesture. Maybe try to pick the right gesture, like when you're doing the film, just do it slowly, or like, because sometimes if you have too much gesture, it could also distract from your speech. It's good to have gesture, but try to use the gesture at a specific time or yeah. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you everyone for your input. I think it's very helpful for the speakers. Next, let's have the functional rules to report the result. First, please the timer report the time used.
Yeah, here is the time report. Henry, you used the 6 minutes 54 seconds. Good. Peachy, you used the 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Still within the range, a little bit more. Still pretty good. Arnie, you used the 3 minutes 20 seconds. Jenny, you used the 2 minutes 40 seconds. For the table topic, Didi Gu used 1 minute 35 seconds. Siguang used 1 minute 45 seconds. Judith used 1 minute 24 seconds. Nami used 1 minute 6 seconds. Talia used 2 minutes 34 seconds. Prechi used 56 seconds. Benjamin used 1 minute 80 seconds. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Johnson. It's not easy to rack so many time slots, and seems everybody has good control, good pace of the time. Next, please welcome our grammarian.
Hi, everybody. Everybody did a really good job. I'm going to be a little bit picky, but I'm going to try to help you improve. Okay, Jimmy, I noticed that at the end you said 1 to 2 minutes, 1, 2, 3 accordingly. That's really good. I would recommend that you do that for everyone, because when you describe about the time for the speeches and the table topic, it was long. It was very long drawn. So when you say 1, 2, 3 accordingly, that's really good, and I would recommend you use that all the time. Okay, so next, Arnie, you did something. You said, this is kind of picky, but you say really good. That's a good word, but I would be recommended if you use maybe a singular word like fantastic, well, dynamic, because it's always better to be concise, and also words like fantastic is more descriptive.
Thank you, Dean.
Pretty, I noticed you used the word, I don't know if you were talking about the projector or the film. You said projector films. I was kind of confused. So maybe try to use something else. And also you use photographic skill. When you're talking about skill, it's always in the noun form, the skill you want to gain from. For example, photography. So you want to gain skill from photography. So it's photography skill. Yeah, thank you. Didi, you and Monty did the same thing. I would recommend you say, I'm not a good cook. I would recommend you use the active form. I cook poorly or I cook bad, because that way it's more strong. And Harry, you said complain a lot. I think it's a complaint a great deal. And you say and you sometimes you use not good, but at times you say you use less awful. So I would recommend you use, instead of saying not good, say bad, because one word, it's try not to use the word that, because when you use words like awful and less, those are good uses, but sometimes you use not on some of the words. So I would recommend you use, and I think you say it goes, it's supposed to be it will go. And then let me see. Benjamin, you said agile. I'm not understanding. Agile means fast. I'm not quite understanding what it means by the cooking. Maybe you're trying to talk about software or the beside. And also you say start cook. It's start to cook. So and also Arnie, I would always the thing about, and then also just in general, instead of say complaining, use the word to complain. It's always better to use the verb form to describe something. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm done. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. It is a very dedicated work. I believe you have been focused for the past 1 hour.
Yeah.
It's really not easy. And I believe it's very helpful for all of us.
Mhm.
Thank you very much.
Customized inputs for everyone.
That's a new word.
Let's welcome our counter. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator. We had a very well organized meeting, and we have so many extremely polished speakers. And I'd like to point out a couple observations I made. For Harry, when the speech was pre-prepared, there was hardly any filler words. However, at the beginning, Harry involved a handful of and when he was barely warming up. During the later speech, when it was less prepared, Harry had something like, as a filler word. Arnie, I really like how polished Arnie speaks. However, I did notice whenever there's a transition of idea, Arnie tend to use and. And when there's a lot of and, it sounds repetitive.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Preeti is really polished. I counted 2 in her entire, both the prepared speech and the table topic. Jenny is impeccable. I couldn't pick on anything. And Tyler had N and and as a transitioning or filling of time. Recommendation, use pauses instead, rather than just having to fill the speech. Judy's, as we know, just started with Toastmaster. I think Judy's go-to filler word is, I counted quite a few of them. And Nami's uses and, M, and M quite a bit. Didi had repeated phrases a couple of times. Ding, I counted a couple R's for ding. And Yufan, I think it's more like when you don't have a script and when you are hosting the table topic, lots of the talk was impromptu and you like to use N, like quite a bit. And Siguang, I got and like and yeah sometimes. Benjamin also got some of those those sounds fulfilling. Other than that, everything was fabulous. Thank you. And I really appreciate everybody's relentless effort to improve their speeches.
Very thorough, Hank.
Turn back to Mr. Table Topic Master. I'm sorry, General Evaluator Master.
Thank you, Heng. This very, I believe it's very hard work to monitor everybody's habit of speaking during long session. It's really not easy, and it's I believe it's very helpful for both individual speaker and for all the audience in the meeting. So overall, I believe it's a very successful meeting.
I need to get the word of the day, Mr. Evaluator. What is the name? Edit what? Word of the day. I think I'll never forget it. I think many use it, and I'm very happy about it. Harry use it, Pretty use it, Si Yuang use it, Yufang use it, Yikyang use it, and the rest I must have missed, but I consider them content. That's a very good sign of being conscious of the word of the day. Back to you, Mr. Evaluator.
Thank you, Arnie, for mentioning about this. I almost forgot to mention. Yeah, I believe it's a very successful meeting. We have so many guests. We have two very well-prepared speeches and table topics talking about cooking. And I believe it's useful to everybody.
Amen.
And it's nice to learn that our club has already gone through 40 years legacy. And we believe we can continue this for a long time. We're glad to see our club is growing, and we'll make a great progress in the new year. Next, I'll pass the stage to Table Topic Master, to Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Si Guang. Very nice evaluation organization. And let's move to our exciting section is announcing the table topic winner. We have two table topic winners.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Let me share my screen. Sorry, some technical issue of my sharing.
Or maybe you can just tell us the name.
Yeah. It's a Preeti and Nami.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, thank you so much to join us, Nami. You are one of the best.
Thank you so much. I never won this before, so thank you.
Great. Let's go to our next section is guest comment. We would like to our guest to give us comments. Let me try from the bottom to the top. The Benjamin, could you give us your comment of our meeting?
Hi, yeah, this is Benjamin. Yeah, thanks for hosting this show. Yeah, I learned a lot from the perspective of table talking, speaking from every perspective. And this is my second time for online event. So yeah, I like Harry's speech about complaint. So that related to my life a lot. So I think as an engineer as well. So I think being critical thinking, as well as having sharp in the life is also a line to think about it. So yeah, in general, I think it's a really positive environment. So I hope to learn more. Thank you.
Hope to see you again, Benjamin.
Thank you.
Yeah, I like your comments. Very constructive. And that's a call to Judith. Could you give us some comments? Hi, Judith. Are you able to talk and give us some comments? Yeah, maybe.
Sorry, so I just stepped out. I'm sorry. What about the side? Sorry. You comment about the Toastmaster Club, you mean?
The meeting today and also our club, anything you would like to give us a comment, we are very glad to hear.
Oh, sure. No, I think you. I really enjoyed. It was great. You know, you gave me the opportunity, even though I'm new, to talk, to be engaged, and I like the speaker the speaker of the day. I think it went. I think I enjoyed. It's a great meeting. It's a great Toastmaster chapter. It's good.
Thank you, Judith. And we also have Dean.
Hi, I always like this club. It's great time, and I think you guys are really passionate. And I like Gavin said, I think this club's very organized. I've seen more mature club that totally disorganized. This club is really organized. It goes through very well. Everything's very well organized. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean. And let's move to Didi.
Hearing the club have a 40 years history, it shouldn't be a surprise that the meeting, I echo Dean's comment, organized well, and the good preparation also shows. And I especially appreciate the round robin evaluations, that not only the speakers can learn, and also the non-speaker also can learn from others' feedback.
Thank you, Didi. And let's move to Nami.
Yeah, it was a well-structured meeting, and I really enjoyed the two speeches and the theme of the table topics. I have like a one suggestion, I guess, is that like sometimes like you're supposed to be muted if you're not talking, but then I hear some like background noises, and I think it may be good that we all check to make sure that we're all muted like when we're not talking. I think it will help.
That's very good.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed the meeting. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Nami. And let's go to, we have two very senior guests. One is Arnie.
Well, thank you, Madam Toastmaster, Madam President. The meeting always deserves a trophy, and it's impressive, it's fantastic, it's awesome. And if you're a guest looking for another club, don't go to another club anymore. It's a waste of time. It's the best place you can be. Please, back to you.
Thank you, Arnie and Janine. Love to hear your back and also your evaluation. Yeah, I missed it for a long time.
You know, I'm really impressed at how you've made the transition into the Zoom world. I really thought the club was going to die. I thought COVID struck, and I was thinking in the back of my head, this club must have died. And to come and see it vibrant still is very impressive. I'm very impressed.
This club is immortal.
Yeah, thank you, Janine. We got a new life. like a
But
fish.
Jenny is really care about this club.
Yeah, she was with our club for a long time and really wonderful presidents and VP of our club. Yeah, our treasure. Okay, and we are almost end of this meeting. Next one, last time we missed the Hung, I remember correctly. And that's what welcome our new member Hung again. And last 1 minute, let's fill out the role of next meeting.
And do you want to schedule a speech sometime? Probably not the immediate next meeting, but sometime in the future.
Me? Yes, I need to do my icebreaker.
Yeah. Do you have a preferred time to have the icebreaker, Hung?
Doesn't matter. Whenever there's a spot open up.
Okay, great. Let's take a look at the next week. We have a 2 speakers field, Yufang and Siguang, and I feel as a tabletop master. Anyone would like to take the Toastmaster?
Yes, I was planning on attending the Toastmaster next week, next Saturday.
Judith, you want to take a role? How about like a counter or grammarian or timer?
Yeah, I can take maybe the timer. Yeah.
Thank you, Judith.
You're welcome.
I could be the Toastmaster for next week.
Okay, Christy. Now, who would like to be an evaluator? We have 2 openings for evaluators.
I
can
can
take one.
Home.
I can be an evaluator. Yes, thank you.
Anyone else would like to take the
I can be one too.
Okay, Harry.
Yep.
So anyone would like to have as a return guest to take a role too? How about
Marion?
Oh, Janine can be great. Oh,
yeah,
love it.
You will be the best.
I do love it. So
I have a joke.
Okay, yeah, that's about the time for Dean to tell a joke.
Okay, we need someone to fill the general evaluator. Who would like to be a general evaluator?
Maybe Jonathan?
Okay, I can try, but I'm not sure whether next week can make it. If somebody can make it, fill some other name.
Or Arnie, right?
Counter? Okay, let Jonathan be the GE.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the counter.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. And another thing, I think we are 2 minutes over time. There's an international speech club contest ongoing. I tentatively put it February 6th. Not sure if everyone have other idea about that because we need to, ideally we need to finish in January, right, Yufang?
So I don't have an idea.
Yeah, we are opening for someone to fill the role. Maybe we can have 2 or 3 people can repeat one of their previous speech. Then we can vote to one is the best one. We can go to the club. Next is area level contest. How about that? We can use the email to do that communication.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I don't want to.
Can we put you icebreaker on February 13th?
Yes.
All right, great to hear that.
Okay, thank you. That's all for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. And have a great night and also date for
Thank you.
Thank you. And also Thailand is also from Hong Kong is also morning, right? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a nice weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.